Hi everyone, this is a continuation of my previous video which I uploaded only 2 or 3 days ago, in which I spoke about the fact that human nature is the great obstacle of a better world. And this human nature is the same in the big masses, which some idealistically thinking people think that they can be changed, that their awareness can be risen, people can be changed simply by informing them or making them more informed, which is simply not the case. They have always been slaves, they have slave mentality, they accept everything their leaders tell them, and this can't be changed. It is impossible to change. The only thing we can change is to try to change our attitude towards other creatures, taking into consideration that the human form of life is not so special, exactly because of the above said things. So because the human form of life is not so special, then it is not the only one that deserves respect. Anthropocentric religions made people think that they are something very special and that there is a God that made this world for them. This is highly unlikely to be the case. This world is evil. This world seems to be the creation of an evil force. Creatures eat each other. There is a permanent fight, the fight for survival, which is more or less the basic thought of Darwinism, seems to be true. It is happening every single day. What we can try to do is to understand that in this world we can try to make things better if we respect all forms of life the way that I suggest, and we suggest it on our website. I put the link under the video, I put the link under all my videos, because it is very, very important, I think, to change our way of thinking that way, that on each and every level, without an artificially created barrier between humans and other forms of life, on each and every level we should take into consideration the problem: which form of life suffers the most if we do some harm? If we do some harm on that level, if the form of life which suffers the most or which loses the most is a vegetal kind of life, a plant, then that plant must be respected first of all. If it is any kind of other creature, then that other kind of creature. In theory, it may be a human too. I don't say that it can't be a human, but not always and not necessarily. The human is the most important on each and every level, in each and every decision. No, I very often sacrifice myself for other creatures. And other people who think similarly also do it. We do sacrifices for our dogs, for our cats, and this is the normal thing. They are wonderful creatures, they are better than us. And if in a certain situation their interest is more important than ours, then I have to put his interest or her interest above my own, and do things that may harm me, but if it is good for my pet, then I do it for my pet. And the same thing can be, the same principle can be applied for a natural land which is full of beautiful creatures, beautiful wildflowers, not to cut them with these terrible machines that are used all around, making that horrible noise. I'm always talking about that horrible noise because I just can't understand how people can use them. And those people who use those machines haven't got much sensitivity or much. I suspect that they haven't got a soul. They haven't got a higher spirit. A cat, a dog has a higher soul. Not every human does. It is impossible to imagine that anyone can use those terrible machines if they have something what we can call an immortal soul. And now there are many people who think that a bright future is waiting for the world if we defeat those forces which are really very, very fiercely attacking everything natural. But these people are horrified now because the human form of life is under attack. But when other forms of life were under attack, they didn't mind. Animals were tortured, they were used for experiments, and perhaps here and there were some short articles. They were not so important for most people. Why? Why are they so interested when it is about their own species, but when it is about other ones, then they don't mind? This mentality is what I say that this should be changed. And this mentality can be changed in the case of many, at least in the relatively better people. I don't believe in all humans, but a part of mankind. And of course, the number of people should be reduced. Good people realize by themselves that it's better not to have children, or at least not to have many children, one or two maximum. It is a sin and a crime to have many children, because there are already too many humans. So it is not a bad idea to reduce the number of humans. And if we take all these things into consideration, perhaps a better future can be formed. I don't believe in a new paradise, but at least a better future than our present, because our present is terrible.